In today's video, I'll show you how to mix singing rap vocals or melodic rap vocals in FL Studio. You'll get my preset for free to use in your music. We will look at vocal routing, bassing, and FX send. And also I'll be mixing these vocals from scratch. So be sure to stay with me to the end, and I guarantee you have a lot of insights about these tutorials. And also the preset will work in FL Studio and other DAWs like Cubase, Logic, and Pro Tools. So without wasting much time, let's get into it. And I'll give you the preset for free as I said. So let's go. So as you can see, this is the project. The project was recorded in Cubase. Yeah, as you can see. So I exported it from Cubase to FL Studio just to mix it in FL Studio because I did a video in Cubase and most of you was requesting for a tutorials in FL Studio. Though it's the same thing, but I don't know, some people prefer tutorials to be made in FL Studio. But as I said, the preset is general. No matter the DAW you are using, the preset I will give out, you can use it. This is a singing rap vocals or a melodic rap vocal, so it contains rap and also singing. So let me play part of the song for you to listen, and after that you get into our mixing process. So let's go.
Mirakilouz, turn the volume up.
Ochemi sell don't make a free nakumem. Sana boy be back away free untumem. Ochemi sell don't make a free nakumem. Sana boy be back away free untumem. Yeah. Yo ya me no dia o shekambu papa bi mi chocho mucho nyanka masai na mi the baby. Yo ya me no dia o shekambu papa bi mi chocho mucho nyanka masai na mi the baby o shekambu papa bi kama say na mi the baby o shekambu papa bi kama say na mi the baby.
Smile on the face but frown in the head. Swam out some dada the contract. Now so do what nya some shana.
Yeah, so I know most of you don't understand the language. Yeah, but don't worry, you just focus on the mixing I'm about to take you through. So as you can see, the backups is already mixed as I told you. Yeah, so let's listen to only the backups. And as I said, at the end of this video, I'll show you how I mix the backups in Cubase. Yeah, so that is the backups. So the backups, we won't be touching it, but we will be focusing on the lead vocal. So on the lead vocals, I exported the singing and the rap together like this. So the singing already have autotune on it. So as you see, I already show you how you can set your autotune. I always tell you to check the key of your beat and set that key on your vocals. So I already done that in Cubase. We will just route our beat to insert one like this, and we will name it Beatz. Yeah, for easy identification sake. Yeah, so Beatz. And this one will be our lead vocals, and this one will be our backup vocals. Yeah, so we will have our beats route here, our lead vocal route here, our backup vocals route here. Yeah, so 2 will be my lead vocals, and 3 will be my backup vocals, as you can see over here. We have auto tune set, everything set. So now let's start with our mixing. The first thing I will do is, as you can see, the vocal performance are not stable. You can see over here, the artist shouted at this place, and this part too, the artist shouted. Yeah, as you can see, especially this rap, he was shouting, and this place too is quiet, and this place is a bit louder. So, you know, the dynamics are not equal. So, though we can achieve this using a compressor, but, you know, compressors can't do all that. If you compress your vocal that much hard, you kill the transients in the vocal. So the plugin I'll be used to fix this is Vocal Rider from Waves. So this Vocal Rider will ride the volumes for me automatically, making it sound a little bit dynamic, so that if I put my compressor on it, my compressor won't be doing so much work. So let me show you how this plugin works. So this is my lead vocals. I'll load my waves and find Vocal Rider over here. This Vocal Rider comes with waves, so you need to have waves before you can use this Vocal Rider. So this is it. Yeah, so this is the Vocal Rider. So this is the target. You set the target where you want your vocals volume to increase or decrease. So let me show it to you here. I think you understand what I mean.
The baby was shakambu, papabi, come say na me the baby.
Friend, smile on the face but frown in the head.
Yeah, so as you can see, when the vocals reach the target or go above the target, the rider volume decrease. Yeah, and when it doesn't reach the target, the volume increase. So basically that's how it works. So when the vocals are too loud and it pass over the target over here, automatically the rider will decrease for me. And you can set a range over here as well. So you can set that the volume should not exceed 4 dB or any dB you want, you can set it here. So I am setting that the vocal shouldn't increase, the volume shouldn't increase above 5 dB and it shouldn't decrease below 5 dB over here. Yes. And also my vocal sensitivity over here, I can make it very sensitive and fast. So I will increase the vocal sensitivity and also switch this to fast so that it will be working fast. The moment it reaches the target, the volume will come down fast. The moment it's not able to reach to the target, the volume will increase very fast because, vocals are performed, so it needs to be working fast. So that is basically what I am doing here to get that constant volume. So let me show you how this is done. Let me set it.
Ko anim kra ne yɛtwe sign. So ni bibiam yɛdi mu kan superstar nwanhwɛfo me di mu kan. Black man abegye de.
This part, the volume increase. So let's play from here and see. You can see the changes in it. When it gets to that place, the volume become equal. So let's see.
Baby, come say na me that baby. Baby, come say na me that baby. Baby, come say na me that baby.
Yeah, so hope you can hear the difference. So hope you can hear the difference. It's decreased the volume a little bit for you to get space. At least you add compressor to it, so it's normal. So after doing this one, the next thing we will be doing is to add our EQ. This vocals wasn't recorded by me. It was recorded with a different mic. I don't know. If it was to be my mic, I know how my mic works and I know the specific frequency I will need to cut. But for this, it's a mic I don't know. I don't know the type of mic they use to record. Let's bring in our fab filter as usual. I love fab filter. So this is our fab filter. So the first thing we will be doing as usual, as I show you, is to do your high cuts like this. So anytime you are doing your high cuts, make sure to turn on this spray on because it will show you the analyzer and you can see from the analyzer where you need to cut. So I turn my analyzer on like this. So now with the help of the analyzer, I'll play the vocals and do my high pass.
Ko anim kra ne yɛtwe sign. So ni bibiam yɛdi mu kan superstar nwanhwɛfo me di mu kan.
So as you can hear, we've cut those kind of lows in the vocals. The reason why always people preach about cutting the lows of your vocals is, the beat already contains basses and kicks. So if you don't cut those frequencies, it will conflict with your bass and make your mix sound very muddy. Two basses, the vocals contain bass and the beat also contain bass. When they come together, you know how it will sound. So that's the reason why we do our high cut. And the second one too is because we don't know this microphone, we will be doing our sweep and cut method. That is, we will boost like this and sweep through. Anywhere we find a bad frequency, we will bring it down and also compress that frequency as I did in my previous video. At first, I used to boost like this and cut the frequency as a whole, but now I don't do it anymore. I just boost. If I find any bad frequency, I will compress that specific frequency. Sometimes a specific frequency may be affected. So if you cut it straightforward, you are cutting that frequency as a whole. But if you compress it, if that frequency is not having problem, it will only compress it for you, but it won't cut it down for you. I hope you get what I mean. So let me show it to you and I think you understand what I mean.
That baby was a gamble, baby. I mean that baby was a gamble, baby. Baby, come and say na me the baby, what's a cambo, baby, come and say na me the baby.
Friend, smile on the face but frown in the head. So I'm some dada the contract. Na so do what nya some shana tell na so na one fan chow. I dream film pa no time. Ko anim kra ne yɛtwe sign. So ni bibiam yɛdi mu kan superstar nwanhwɛfo me di mu kan. Black man abegye this time. On those so better keep a fucking plan. With the budget boys said the katena form cause boys and right now no be fam. Some coaching be fine. Wujinipadia means our life aka half a brana kawa. Na so do what nya some shana channel na so na one fan chow. I dream film pa no time. Ko anim kra ne yɛtwe sign. So ni bibiam yɛdi mu kan superstar nwanhwɛfo me di mu kan. Black man abegye this time. On those so better keep a fucking plan. With the budget boys said the katena form cause boys and right now no be fam. Some coaching be fine. Wujinipadia means our life aka half.
So as you can see, I boost and if I find a bad frequency, I compress that specific frequency. So these are the frequencies I am compressing, as you can see over here. It's nothing new. You know, I always tell you I cut those kind of 3 kilohertz part because that parts always hurt vocals. If you listen to those kind of top songs, sometimes you can listen and tell yourself, does this song has a 3K frequency? Because they sound very warm. Their vocal sounds like those frequencies are not there. Yeah, because those frequencies mostly hurt vocals. So whenever you are mixing your vocals, try your best to control that part. Yeah, so I think that will be all for the EQ. So let me play before and after for you to listen to how it sounds. Don't forget, I'll be giving this preset to you for free. So be sure to stay with me.
I mean that baby, what I can boo, baby. Baby, come and say, na me the baby, what I can boo, baby, come and say, na me the baby.
My friend, smile on the face, but front in the head. So I'm awesome dada, the track. Now so do what, nya some shana channel.
Yeah, so as you can see, they sound amazing, but there's some kind of volume change over here. So I'll bring up this volume output level over here to compensate for the volume loss because I cut a lot. So I'll bring in the gain about 2 dB over here. It's okay. Yeah, 2 dB is okay for me. Yeah, so after doing this, I'll need to compress my vocal. How I mix my vocals is, I don't know, it's different. I EQ and compress, EQ and compress. Yeah, because anytime you EQ, you lose some volume in your vocal. So if you lose some volume, meaning the compressor you put at the top will lose its power. So you need to add another compressor to it. So I EQ, compress, EQ, and compress. So now I'll be using another compressor from Waves. So this time I'll be using the CLA2A. I won't be using Fab Filter Pro C2 as I always do. But this one I'll be using the CLA2A over here. This is just a simple compressor. You just increase the peak reduction and it will compress the vocal for you. And if it's too loud, you use the gain to compensate it. That's all. So now let's work around it.
I mean that baby, what I can boo, baby.
Track. Now so do what, nya some shana channel. Now so now one fan chow. I been film pa no what time. Ko anim kra ni ya sign.
Yeah, so as you can see, we are getting about 5 dB of the compression over here because at the rap stage the person was shouting. So yeah, I used that rap part to compress the vocals. Yeah, so I think that will be all for the CLA2A. After that, I'll add another EQ from Waves. For this one, I'll use the SSL Channel over here. Yeah, so I'll be using this EQ over here, SSL Channel from Waves. So for this EQ, what I'll be doing is I will cut a little bit of the 500 Hz over here, about 2 dB. Yes, about 2 dB. And also switch this one to bell. And also cut about the 300 Hz, also 1.9 dB. So I am cutting the 500 Hz 2 dB, the 300 Hz negative 1.9 dB. It's the same as negative 2 dB. Yeah, because those parts contains the muddiness in the mix. So always make sure you are cutting the bad frequencies on your vocals before you boost. Yeah, so I already control that and so I'll cut the 3 kilohertz a little bit. Let me see. So this is the 3 kilohertz. I'll switch this one to bell. Yeah, and cut the 3 kilohertz about negative 3 dB.
The baby, what I can boo, baby, come and say, na me the baby.
Yeah, so after that, we will compress again because, as I said, I cut some of the frequencies. So this CLA2A has lost its power a little bit. So I'll add another compressor. So I'll use Waves as well. I'll be using the RVOX compressor from Waves. So make sure to stay with me. As I said, I'll be giving the preset to you as well. So you just watch how I am mixing the process. If you get the preset, you can know how to manipulate it and use it in your own vocals. Yeah, so this is also a simple compressor. You just bring this comp down and it will compress it for you. And you use this gain knob to compensate for the volume. So now let's work around it.
The baby, what I can boo, baby, come and say, na me the baby, the baby, oh she can boo, baby, come and say na me the baby.
Smile on the face but frown in the head. So I'm some dada the contract. Now so do what nya some shana channel now so now one fan chow. I been free pan what time.
Yeah, so on this compressor, I'm getting about 3 or 4 dB on this compressor. So that will be all for this compressor. And the last plugin I'll add is an EQ. Yeah, so an EQ, I'll be using an API. Let me see. I don't know the specific name of the plugin. API 55A stereo. Yeah, so I'll be using this one to boost some of the highs of my vocal. So for this, I'll bring in the 10 kilohertz and boost about 2 dB over here. My 5 kilohertz, I'll boost it 2 dB as well.
The baby was shaking.
The face by front in the head. So I'm some dada the contract. Now so do what nya some shana channel now so now one fan chow. I been free pan what time. Ko ani mukra ni ya chow sign. So ni bibiam yedi mukai superstar nyan hwefo me di mukai. Black man I bet you this time. On those so better keep a fucking plan. With the budget boys said did and katina phone cause boys and right now no be fam. What's some couch in bibia by fine.
Yeah, so that's all for the API. And I noticed the 600 kilohertz is having some problem over there. All the vocals have built up in that 600 kilohertz, so I'll need to cut that frequency a little bit as well. Yeah, as I said, always use your ear because that's what my ears is telling me. Yeah, so I'll bring in this vintage EQ from Ozone over here. Yeah, so I'll be cutting the, let's say the 700 hertz. That is the mid. I'll be cutting it about 2.5 dB. Yeah, just a little bit over here. Yeah, 2.8 dB is okay because I notice my vocals are building up those places, so I need to cut those places out. Yeah, so let's listen to how the vocal sounds with that, just that cut. You understand what I mean?
Ooh, baby. Baby,
the face by front in the head. So I'm some dada the contract. Now so do what nya some shana channel now so now one fan chow. I been free pan what time. Ko ani mukra ni ya chow sign. So ni bibiam yedi mukai superstar nyan hwefo me di mukai. Black man I bet you this time.
Yeah, I guess you hear the difference. Yeah, especially for the rap side. Yeah, so I think that will be all for this one. And the last thing I'll add is my DSR, you know, just to control some of the siblings in the vocals, you know. There are some few siblings in the vocals. Yeah, so as you can hear, the vocal sounds amazing now. So now it's about time we add our reverb and our delays as well. So this is how we do that in FL Studio. Don't add your reverb or delay on your insert. Create an FX send and route them to it. So this is how we do it in FL Studio. Okay, this is how I do it in FL Studio. I don't know how someone to do it. So I'll come to a new insert over here and I'll add this reverb I mostly use this time. Kashmir Reverb. Yes. Yeah, Kashmir Reverb. Yeah, this reverb is amazing reverb. It has everything in it. So I am just beginning to love it. So especially the preset, we come to the vocals and I'll choose male vocal hall. So as you can see, it has given you some EQ curves already, and these EQ curves are perfect because yeah, for the reverb you need to cut the lows and the highs and also dip down some of the mid ranges for us. And as you can see, the reverb has a darkened threshold over here. Yeah, which does automatic sidechain for you. So everything is in this reverb. So what I'll do is I'll increase my mix and set this to 2.5 over here. And your pre-delay, you can sync your pre-delay to your tempo over here. You just click over here and you sync your pre-delay to your tempo. But unfortunately, I didn't set the tempo of this project. So I'll just leave it like this. So I'll bring it to about 29 milliseconds and my length to 2.2 milliseconds. And you can increase the weight of the reverb. If you want a wider reverb, you can increase this one over here. I will make another video and explain how this Kashmir Reverb works. You know, I'm a fan of using Kashmir plugins. This is the lead vocals. I'll route it to this reverb over here. And this knob, I'll bring it down to set the amount I want to use on the reverb. Yeah, so let's check that out.
The face by front in the head. So I'm some dada the contract. Now so do what nya some shana channel now so now one fan chow. The face by front in the head. So I'm some dada the contract. Now so do what nya some shana channel now so now one fan chow.
yo ya me no dia o shekambu baby mi chocho mucho nyanka masai na mi the baby yo ya me no dia o shekambu baby mi chocho mucho nyanka masai na mi the baby o shekambu baby come say na me the baby o shekambu baby come say na me the baby.
Yeah, so since this is a melodic rap and melodic song, I need to increase the reverb a little bit too. I add a lot of reverb to it. And as you can see, whenever the backups come in, everything sounds amazing. Yeah, so I think that will be all for the delay. It's just a simple thing you can just add because I think the video is becoming too long. Yeah, so I'll end it here, and also I'll give this preset to you as well. As I told you, for this preset, I'll save it in their individual state. I won't save it in FL Studio because if I save it in FL Studio, for those using Cubase and Logic Pro can be able to use this preset. So I'll save it in its individual state. So if you bring in the plugin, you just have to load the preset in the plugin. So yeah, I think that will be all for this video. Yeah, so now let me play part of the song for you to listen to how everything sounds like. So let's go.
Kuku seku, yeah. Unyaya kama say. Unyaya kama pro.
Mirakilouz, turn the volume up.
Oche me say don't make a free na kumem. Sana boy be back away free untumem. Oche me say don't make a free na kumem. Sana boy be back away free untumem. Yeah. Yo ya me no dia o she kambu pepe bi mi chocho mucho. Nyanka masai na mi de baby. Yo ya me no dia o she kambu pepe bi mi chocho mucho. Nyanka masai na mi de baby. The baby o she kambu pepe bi come say na me the baby o she kambu pepe bi come say na me the baby.
The video is becoming too long, so I think I will make a video how I mix these backups in the next video. So thank you for watching me once again. I am Mirakilouz Beatz. If you need someone to mix and master your vocals for you, I am available. You can hit me up. I have my contact on my description on this video. You can check it out. So I think that'll be all. Hope you learn a lot. Stay safe, stay blessed. I am Mirakilouz Beatz once again. Peace out.